What's up guys, and welcome to another Pokemon Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire video. Now again we're going to be covering some more comparisons between, my predictions for Mega Evolutions and maybe Primal thingies, whatever you want to call them, and the actual stats that were taken out of the demo code. So I guess we'll just get straight on with it. So first up we have Mega Gallade, obviously revealed in an episode of Korokoro, whatever, in one of the editions of Korokoro that came out recently, or fairly recently, it wasn't too long ago. So the stats I predicted for Mega Gallade: I predicted a 40 rise in attack, a 20 rise in defense, a 20 rise in special attack, no rise in special defense, and a 20 rise in speed. The reason I predicted this is I looked at the stat changes for Mega Gardevoir and I pretty much carbon copied them over but flipped them. So instead of doing many special, I flipped them so the special rises were in physical and the physical rises are in special. So hence why we get a rise in the physical attack and defense but no rise in special attack and defense. So, and obviously the speed rises are the same as it would be for Mega Gardevoir. Anyway, so then we look at the actual stats Mega Gallade. We have pretty similar stuff. Attack is as I predicted 165, defense is 10 higher at 95, special attack is staying at 65, doesn't rise at all, special defense doesn't rise at all either, and speed gets an extra boost up to 110, so 14 attack, 13 defense, and then 30 in speed. Nice and powerful 100 boost overall. So it's a very powerful set. The attack is, as I said, same as I predicted. I mean, special attack not rising, I'm not bothered by that at all. I don't care, we weren't going to use special attack anyway, so it's all about physical. So a good rise in, or a rise, or I guess it's a good rise, a 30 rise in physical defense, and obviously a 30 rise in speed too. The high speed is going to be pretty good as well because you have a very high attack and a very high speed too, which means you can be able to fast, hit him hard, and just everything like that generally. So that's going to be pretty good as well. So that's pretty much Mega Gallade. We've seen him before. We know he's going to be a very, very physical attacker. As we know now, he's going to be pretty damn speedy too, and obviously he is going to be a bit defensive as well. Not amazingly defensive, but reasonably defensive. Next up, revealed in the same issue, I think it was, as Mega Gallade, we had Mega Sharpedo. So, the predictions I made for Mega Sharpedo: we have a 20 rise in attack, a 30 rise in defense, a 15 rise? Yeah, 15 rise in special attack, and a 30 rise in special defense, and then a 5 rise in speed. So I predicted some decent boosts in its defenses because Mega Sharpedo is a very frail Pokemon, so decent boost in its defenses will actually help it take some attacks. A small boost in speed because it has speed boost it can use an ability before it Mega Evolves, so the speed wasn't really needed much anyway. And then a decent rise in physical attack too, and a bit of a rise in special attack as well, just to really boost it up and make it more powerful. Then, the actual stat changes for Mega Sharpedo: attack is 140 as I predicted, defense is 70 as I predicted, special attack is 110 as I predicted, special defense is 65 as I sort of predicted, 5 less than I predicted, and speed is 5 more than I predicted. So really, I was pretty darn good at predicting these stats, to be honest. The only ones I got wrong was special defense and speed, which is just 5 anyway, it wasn't like 20 whatever, it's just 5. So, Mega Sharpedo is going to be a very offensive, a fairly speedy, and it's got good special attack as well. Like, it's not a bad special attack, so you could see a special attacking Mega Sharpedo at some point. Although that's not very helpful because Strong Jaw is going to be powered up or whatever. But, you guys get the idea. Defense 70, special defense 65, so it's better than it was. Not a brilliant defense still, but reasonable. It can actually take some attacks now. It's not going to die to the first electric type or grass type attack that hits it necessarily. So hopefully Mega Sharpedo will be a bit more bulky than, well, definitely it's going to be a bit more bulky than a regular Sharpedo, and obviously more offensive and whatnot. So hopefully its defenses won't let it down too much as a Mega Sharpedo. I mean, you're going to be staying in your normal form of a Protect to get a speed boost before you Mega Evolve anyway. So it's not exactly like you're going to be slow. It's not like you're going to have to take hits before you can deal them back. You're going to be able to, do the damage first, hopefully, especially with an Aqua Jet, and then have to worry about taking damage after that anyway. Then, next up we have, of course, Mega Camerupt, revealed alongside Mega Sharpedo. We can see the stats changes I predicted for it. I actually predicted them over 100 by accident, but I'll talk about that when we get there. I put a 20 in attack, 30 in defense, 40 in special attack, 25 in special defense, and minus 10 in speed. This gives you a boost of 105 overall. So that was where I went wrong. I managed to add an extra 5 on somewhere. Don't ask me why, guys. Don't ask me why. It was just an accident there. So that's the only problem I had there. And the only change, actually, between what I predicted and what actually is the stats is 5 or 10 less in special defense and 5 less in special defense and 10 less in speed rather. So that gives you a boost of obviously then 20 there, 30 there for 50, 40 there for 90. Take it off 20 and then put on 30 there. So actually maybe it was 115 I think it was for my predictions, and then obviously I was well over, I don't know why. It happens guys, it happens. Anyway, so those are the stat changes there for Mega Camerupt. Attack goes to 120, which is pretty powerful, but special attack is really where it's at because of the 145 there, so that's going to be powerful. Defense goes up to 30, so that's going to be pretty defensive as well, and also pretty special defensive, a 30 in both defense and special defense. Speed obviously dropping, but we weren't expecting Mega Camerupt to be a very fast Pokemon anyway, and speed was not its forte in the first place. So it's very defensive and very offensive too, so it's going to be very helpful. Obviously a 4 times weakness to the Water Steel, unfortunately. That's just something that's going to have to be dealt with, but what can you do about it? It has Sheer Force as an ability, so a special attacking Lava Plume I think gets a boost from Sheer Force, I'm not sure, will definitely do some damage there. So it's certainly a reasonable sort of base stat spread, but not too overpowered, not too underpowered. I like it, you know, it's nothing too hard to use, nothing too easy to use. That's how it should be in Pokemon. Everything should be balanced, as in most games and everything like that. I'm going too deep into this, but anyway. Now we've done on those Pokemon that were revealed in that Korokoro issue, we're on to the next one, which was Pidgeot and Beedrill, who were leaked from Korokoro, the next issue I think it was. So, the predictions I made for Mega Pidgeot first up, we have. I predicted a 10 rise in attack, a 15 rise in defense, a 30 rise in special attack, since we were told the special attack rises pretty well, a 25 rise in special defense, and then a 20 rise in speed, giving it 100 overall, and obviously speed in special attack was where we were told it's going to go up higher mostly. I think maybe special defense we were told is going to rise more as well, but I'm not sure about that. But those are the stat changes that I predicted there. The actual stat changes: attack does not rise at all, defense only rises by 5, special attack however gets a 65 boost, which is a really quite high boost, special defense only gets a 10 boost there, and speed still gets that 20 boost. So I was right on the speed and wrong on all the others. I predicted that attack, defense and special defense would all go up, however they sort of two of them went up, but not by as much as I predicted. So really the attack didn't rise at all, because really the trouble with Pidgeot is it wasn't that powerful in the first place, so making a Mega Evolution of it and having it be viable to be used as over other Mega Evolutions, they have to actually power up a lot of it, power up some stats really quite high, and power up some others not at all or not by much. So yeah, I think they're saying in the Mega Beedrill stuff, we're saying more Megas that just have some stats that stay the same and some that rise really high, as opposed to X and Y, whereas in X and Y they're mostly like they all rise at once, rather than what we've got now. Whereas it's like some rise, some don't rise, so it's not like an overall power up of the Pokemon, it's power up in a certain sort of area, I guess, is how I can best describe it. So we all know what other Mega, what other Mega was revealed alongside Mega Pidgeot. It was of course Mega Beedrill. And of course it's well, you guys don't necessarily know this, but it's another Pokemon that suffers from the same sort of condition, I guess, as Mega Pidgeot. Low base stats, so it has to get beefed up in some and then sort of not in others. So, the Mega Beedrill stats I predicted were a 30 rise in attack to 120, a 10 rise in defense to 50, a 10 rise in special attack to 55, a 15 rise in special defense to 95, and then a 35 rise in speed to 110. So again, like I did with Mega Pidgeot, I boosted up all its stats. I didn't think about it really. Whereas the actual stats of Mega Pidgeot, if we look at them, its attack gets a 60 boost to 150, its defense doesn't change at all, its special attack drops by 30 to go to 15, its special defense does not go up at all, and its speed goes up by 70. So a 70 rise, a 60 rise, and a 30 drop, giving it 100 overall. So attack and speed are the only stats that change for Mega Beedrill, making it pretty darn powerful and very fast, but obviously it doesn't really help those stats. Obviously special attack we're not going to use for Mega Beedrill, it's not going to happen, it's not going to be used, whatever. So that doesn't really matter about the drop, but the defense and special defense staying at 40 and 80 is going to make it pretty hard to use. Any physical fire type attack, Mega Beedrill is gone. Any physical flying type attack, Mega Beedrill is gone. Same with special, really, it's not much higher, always double, but you guys get what I mean. It's not too high at defense. Whereas it's really going to have to rely on its speed and its attack to sort of work it through. So maybe get your Mega Beedrill in, maybe get a Felsinger off. If they're already on half health, get a Felsinger, finish them off, get your attack boost, your speed's already there, and then you can just sort of sweep through their team. That's pretty much how you have to use Mega Beedrill as a cleanup at the end, because anything that comes in that's physically defensive is going to counter you to the moon and beyond. and you're really just going to get screwed there. So Mega Beedrill is going to be a very tough Mega Evolution to use. It's certainly not going to be OU, I don't think. So Yu, I'm guessing. But yeah, that's pretty much Mega Beedrill there. As I said, it's going to be very hard to use. It's all about speed with that one, but hopefully it will get some good use. Who knows? Who knows? But I think that's where I'm going to end up today's episode. We have 3 more Pokemon to look at, which are the Primals and Mega Rayquaza, which I'll do in the next part. Don't want to extend this too much, because I'll probably focus on them a bit more than I did each Mega Evolution here. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button down below, and answer the question of the day and tell me what you think about each of these Megas. Stat changes, especially Mega Beedrill, because I'm really interested in that one. The fact that it's really high attack and speed, but then the other ones are really low. Let me know what you think about that below, guys. I guess I'll be seeing you next time. I thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.